I want to tell you also that when you are connecting to your truth, coming from love and feeling safe to say, then your partner or anyone with whom you're able to express such a high level of, such a high way of being honest. And by the way, from your self-respect, from your self-love. And by doing it this way, connecting to the truth, coming from love and feeling safe to say, you're showing them your respect, you're showing them your love. And even when you're communicating something that might seem so difficult to speak into, they're like, oh my God, I appreciate this so much. I feel that she respects me. I value this, right? So this is the way in which honesty is the deepest form of intimacy, because that level of honesty lays down a foundation of pure trust. And you have to have trust to have intimacy. Remember, we were talking about the womb space too in the same conversation. So you can start to see how they're all related. And when you can, care about how you feel, connect to your truth, come from love, as much love for yourself as the one with whom you're sharing, then you're actually even also able to do that better with intimacy and things like that.
Yeah, awesome. So now we get to the final chakra, correct? Yep.
Yes. So this is what they call the third eye. This is the eye that sees from a higher perspective of who we are in truth as an aspect of the Creator in form. The divine in me sees, honors, and recognizes that which is the same within you. So the third eye is a way of being and seeing, not with the olfactory senses, but maybe with the 4 pillars of spiritual integrity. So non-judgment, pure compassion, true union, non-attachment, which means pure time presence, non-reaction, which is a function of ego activating the past into the present moment, and non-resistance, which is a conversation that I call saying yes to your life in each and every moment. So I'm going to say that all of the chakras, the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, being open, free-flowing, and in harmony are result in the third eye being open. So it's kind of walking the earth in self-realization of what I am going to call God is, whatever you refer to that as, universal intelligence, source, purple sunset, love, pure truth, anything that you consider a life force and source. So we can keep that simple. I know that you have an interest in the timing, but that being open is the natural response of the others being open.
Yeah.
And then finally, the crown is what I'm going to call, remember at the very beginning, I said to you, rooted between the core and the cosmos, tethered between the core and the cosmos, with your feet firmly planted on the earth, and then your crown open to receiving from the collective. And so that is a divine aspect of us where we are connected to all living things, where we are receiving information of everything that has ever happened, will ever happen, knowing who we are in truth, and that we as vibrational transmitters and receivers can access this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all very fascinating. You just don't realize how, I know people can read energy. I was on a call recently where somebody just right off the bat was able to give me some insights. So I know that when we talk about the chakras, it's going a lot deeper into that. And I would imagine it really can result in some intense work in us.
Definitely. So what does that all amount to in a life? If I had a closing thought on the entire conversation and the answer to your question is, what is the new set of agreements that I've come to for myself in my life? And this is what I want for myself, for my partner, for my adult children, and for the whole of humanity, is that we are what I am going to call fully expressed on every level of being of our most authentic truth in its fullest expression. So here's what I mean by that. You and I have a conversation, and you make a contribution, you say something to me, I receive you, I filter it through my perception, and I decide, what will I offer? What will my contribution be in exchange? That's going to be a very high contribution coming from a place of, being very conscious and coming from love. And I'm going to take my thought contribution and I'm going to put it in a box with a bow. I'm going to wrap it neatly, lovingly, and properly. And I'm going to say, here, this is for you. And then you filter that through your perception. And then you go, here, this is for you. And that's what I call the outpicturing of a consciousness. So to be fully expressed in the outpicturing of my consciousness, which means there is nothing that I am afraid to say. I get to decide the gift that I will give. To be fully expressed on the level of the heart with the feelings, to be fully expressed on the level of the spirit. And by the way, the most important part here is to be absolutely positively received, seen, held, loved, and cherished for everything that you expressed through the outpicturing of the consciousness, which is the level of the mind, the heart, and the feelings and spirit. And when you do have a partner in a romantic relationship who is able to fully receive your most authentic contributions on the level of the mind, the heart, and the feelings, the spirit, then the physical expression of that is a natural response. I left out the most important word, maybe, the physical expression of that connection that you feel, connection by being fully expressed on every level and loved for your contribution. The physical connection is the natural response of that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's my blessing. That's what I want for me. It's what I want for you. It's what your husband wants for himself and for you. Everybody wants this.
Right.
So we have to do the work to be the example for others to follow. And I'm going to tell you that the more that you can trust that honesty is the deepest form of intimacy and have that connection and speak into it, the more you're modeling for him that he can do the same. And then the relationship just kind of opens and deepens from there.
Awesome.